In this demonstration, we're going to walk through part 1 of the manual title testing process that I've been using to grow organic traffic and rankings over more than a decade of professional SEO practice. If you just follow this basic process, you'll become a title testing pro in no time. At the heart of this manual process is the title test tracking template and opportunity analysis framework, which I've included as a free Google Sheet. If you haven't already opened your copy of the tracking sheet, I'll include an access link in the description below this video. For part 1, we'll learn how to discover and prioritize title testing opportunities. A second, part 2 video will cover the implementation process. And, if you're looking for a faster way to conduct title testing, check out the MetaTest Lab title testing automation tool for an easier, faster way to save time with SEO title testing. Let's get started. First, you'll need to open up the title test tracking log and opportunity analysis template. Once that's open, click on the first tab of the sheet labeled Opportunity Analysis Template and keep that tab open. We're going to return to it in a moment. Next, open up a new browser tab and log into your Google Search Console account. Once you're in Google Search Console, navigate into the Performance Report. As soon as you reach the Performance Report, make sure to click on Average CTR and Average Position so that you can get those data points added into your report. You can adjust the date range if you like, but I prefer to use the date range, last 3 months. Apply the date range, and now you should have a full report with total clicks, total impressions, average CTR, and the average position data of up to 1,000 keywords. Now, go ahead and export the performance report data by clicking the Export button on the top right-hand side of the page. You can choose to export the report as a Google Sheet, Google Excel file, or CSV file. Any of these options will work equally, but you may need to unzip the files if you select the Excel or CSV options. Once you've got the data exported, look for the Queries report and copy all of the rows, except for the first header row. Now that you've got that copied to your clipboard, go back to the Opportunity Analysis template that we opened earlier and paste the data into the grayed out section of the Opportunity Analysis template, which begins in cell D2. As soon as you paste the data into the Opportunity Analysis template, you'll notice that the 3 columns on the left-hand side will change to display information about each search query. Let's dive in. To understand each of the first 3 columns, what each one means, and how they help you analyze which keywords represent optimal title testing opportunities. We'll start by looking at column C, labeled SERP Location. This column works by reading the position data in column H to see where your website is ranking. If you have a page that is ranking in the number 1 position for a search query, then column C will display top result next to the query. Typically, these keywords are not the greatest candidates for testing because they indicate that your website already owns the number 1 position. Although you may want to test for better click-through rates, we're going to consider these marginal opportunities for now. If, on the other hand, column C displays top of page 1, that means one of your pages is ranking somewhere in between positions 2 and 6 for your search query. These keywords can be excellent opportunities, especially if they have a large amount of available clicks. The third possible result is bottom of page 1. If the SERP location is at the bottom of page 1, that means that one of your pages ranks somewhere in between position 6 and position 10. These can also be very strong opportunities for testing. Another possible result in column C is a page 2 result. If the SERP location is page 2, that indicates that you have a page which ranks somewhere between position 10 and position 20. Once again, these can be strong opportunities for testing, because they may represent an opportunity to move up from ranking on the second page of Google to ranking on the first page of Google. The final option that you might see in the circle equation column is the result, below page 2. Now that we understand the SERP location column, let's take a look at column B. This column represents available clicks by subtracting the number of clicks from the number of impressions for a given query. Given that the total number of impressions for any keyword is always greater than the total number of clicks that you can get from that keyword, this formula looks at the delta between clicks and impressions. The larger the delta is between clicks and impressions, the higher your available clicks will be. And the higher your available clicks are, the more potential you have to acquire more traffic from that keyword if your page ranks higher, or if the CTR improves. Finally, now that we understand column B and column C for available clicks and SERP location, let's break down the most important column, optimization priority, in column A. This section takes into consideration both the available clicks and the SERP locations so that we can prioritize tests that have the best potential to uplift our traffic and keyword rankings. The formula in column A works by factoring in a % rank of available clicks and checking the SERP location for each query to determine the opportunity potential for each target keyword. Column A is what you'll ultimately use to discover and prioritize potential title testing opportunities. So, now that you've got a list of priorities, it's time to do some SERP analysis for your test queries, then set up some new test hypotheses, and start benchmarking in the tracking template. There are just 2 final steps to prioritizing your best title testing opportunities. Step 1. Sort column B from Z to A. Step 2. Sort column A from A to Z. Now, you've got a powerfully prioritized list of ripe title testing opportunities at your fingertips. Make sure to check these top opportunities out with your own SERP analysis to validate each one's potential for impacting your SEO performance. Don't forget to watch part 2 of this video series, where we'll walk through the implementation process of test benchmarking and execution using the second tab of the Google Sheet labeled Title Test Tracking Log. See you in the next video.